Yo guys, Ghost here, and today we're going to be talking about the Battlefield 2042 armor system, the kill feed or lack thereof, a new specialist, Constantin, and some of the first cosmetic skins we're seeing out of the DICE team. So to kick things off, we recently saw a little tease from DICE for the newly announced specialist Irish, and a lot of people couldn't help but notice the kill feed. It was first spotted in the Portal trailer, then in the leaked technical test gameplay, and now in this newly released snippet from DICE that you would expect to be a little more polished and final, prompting people to believe that this is going to be the kill feed for the full release of the game, and I think we can all agree it looks pretty underwhelming. At the moment, it just shows you the name of the person you kill, and then it gives you a very unimpressive +1 or however many extra players you kill. Now, even the Reddit community have been bringing some of their ideas to the table on ways in which it could be improved. So here's a dog tag style kill feed, that one looks quite nice, and this one here is like a take on Battlefield 3 or 4. Nice and clean, nothing too fancy. However, Natalie Ake, who's worked as a UI scripter amongst other things at DICE over the past 9 years, did comment on the subject on Twitter, hinting that this is not the final version of the heads-up display, and some things here, hopefully the kill feed among them, are just placeholder. However, we are only about 2 months out from release now, so I don't think we can really be blamed for assuming that what we see is what we get. But I think you have to give DICE the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure they know exactly what they're doing, and perhaps this was just an old version of the game. After all, the rest of the game is looking really good in my opinion, and it just doesn't make sense that this would be the final kill feed. Okay, moving on, let's talk about skins. So I'm not sure how these flew under the radar, but there are actually pictures of the 3 skin bundles that you can acquire by purchasing the gold or ultimate editions of the game. So the first one here is the Blistered Earth bundle, and you'll notice each pack contains 1 specialist skin, 1 vehicle skin, and 1 weapon skin. This one has a very cool deserty look, and I actually really like it. So the good folks over on Reddit have been analysing these and attempting to figure out which specialist each skin is for, and they reckon that this one here is Navin Rao, the Indian operator that we haven't seen any gameplay of so far, but he was teased in the Exodus stories and film. And the main giveaway here is the antenna sticking up over his shoulder, which is a part of his kit. Now, the next bundle is called Tempest, and this is more like a traditional jungle or woodland themed camo. I think the specialist in question here is Sundance, and we also get a look at a hovercraft there as well. And finally, we have my favourite, the Cold Blood bundle. I love this specialist camo, super cool in my opinion. Maybe not great for every single map though. I can't imagine it maybe being that great on the green slopes of Orbital, for example. Now, there's a bit of a debate going on about who this is, and most people think it's Casper, the recon specialist, but some think that it could be Constantin. Now, who is Constantin, you might ask? Well, he was spoken about in the Exodus short stories leading up to the short film, and some people think they've also spotted him in-game at various parts of the trailers and screenshots. I'm pretty sure that both Navin Rao and Constantin are going to be 2 specialists that we'll hear more about very soon. Overall, I'm actually very happy with how these skins are looking. I have seen a decent amount of skepticism regarding the skins and them looking way too casual for a Battlefield game, but so far these look really good, and I think DICE did a great job on them. And finally, today I wanted to touch on the topic of armor in Battlefield. So the astute among you may have noticed in recent gameplay and screenshots that next to your health bar there is also an armor counter, and indeed Irish's trait is that he provides armor, presumably to his teammates in some way, but that isn't really clear yet. So as far as I know, DICE haven't touched this subject yet, but I did notice that it has raised a few worries amongst players. So I think those worries really boil down to how many bullets is it going to take to kill an enemy. Those really good infantry players out there, they'll get a feeling of a weapon so dialed in, they'll barely miss a shot, and when they get used to the ranges of where they can expect to need 4 rounds to take down an enemy and where it'll take you 5 rounds, if all of a sudden a soldier running around with armor increases that number by a round or 2, that can really throw you off. Maybe you stop firing and you move on to the next target prematurely, or maybe you just get the jump on a guy and you open up on it first, only to die to him, feel like you should have won the firefight, and then see, oh, he had armor. Now, I think if Irish is the only specialist allowed to have armor, that'll definitely give you a visual clue. Like, you can expect him to take a bit more punishment to defeat, and you know what you're in for going head to head. But from the looks of his traits, he's going to be able to give out armor to his teammates as well. So in that case, if anyone can be potentially running around with armor, I think it'd be cool if there's some sort of a visual clue that a player actually has armor equipped. Now, if you want to know my opinion, I'm not really that worried. I know that armor is a new mechanic for the Battlefield franchise, but I'm confident that DICE know what they're doing. I know that they have some great players and playtesters in their team, and more likely than not, they've already thought about all of your concerns and how they're going to balance this. They just haven't really explained how armor is going to work yet. I know this is a big concern with any specialist really. It's not just Irish and the armor. You know, there's always going to be a danger that, say, the revive gun is going to be so good everybody will just run around as Maria Falk, or the grappling gun on McKay will be the best thing and it'll lead to everybody playing the same specialist in one way or another. But I'm 100% certain that this has been a core concern of DICE's when they decided to implement this feature in the first place, and they're sure to be keeping a keen eye on the balance once the game releases and going into the future. So honestly, I wouldn't worry about it too much if we do end up in a situation where, you know, everybody's running the same specialist or using the same gun. I'm sure they will step in and make the necessary balance changes. That's going to do it for today, guys. As always, let me know what you think down below. How do the skins look to you, and what is your opinion on the armor mechanic making its way into Battlefield? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.